Alright, and let's get a revenge on Left Hand of God. Let's do this. So it depends on what he has, if they can cleanse. Oh, Shelly! Hey everyone, it's Armor Gaming. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to Monster Legends. Welcome to an exclusive first look at the brand new monster, Rusalka. I want to give a huge thanks to SocialPoint for giving me the chance to do this exclusive first look. They provided the monster, all the cells I need to take this monster rank 5, level 150, all the food I need to feed this monster, and any gems I use will be reimbursed for the purpose of this video. Alright, so here we have this brand new monster, cool baby design, cool adult design as well. The ultimate's okay. I really like when SocialPoint does the cutscenes. Those are really cool. Like we saw with like Firestorm. Is it Firestorm? Solar Flare. With Solar Flare. But with that being said, let's see what this monster has. Capable of piercing through the toughest of armor. Oh, a pierce monster. With her dead fisherman's hug, Rusalka is Chucklemuckle's evil relative. Once the best of friends, a tragic accident changed the course of their lives forever. Rusalka is nothing like her warm-hearted cousin. She won't wait until your tooth has fallen out to rip it from you. Wow, this monster better be Evil Legion. How is this monster not Evil Legion? SocialPoint, I know you released Daigyao, who hates Evil Legion monsters, but you gotta introduce more Evil Legion monsters based on the lores. Alright, let's talk about the ultimate real quick, and then we'll go into everything else. So Lady of the Lake applies Pierce to herself, deals very heavy water damage to enemies, applies Drowned. This is the kind of ultimate that is probably going to destroy the enemy, because you apply Pierce first, so it doesn't matter what shields they have, what evasions they have, what skill mirror. You Pierce first, then you damage everyone with water-based attack, and I mean, probably this monster's going to be an attacker, right? She's just going to decimate the enemy. So let's talk about stats. This monster, we'll start with their power. This monster has a power stat of 7656, which is actually not one of the higher ones. It's right around the middle, tied with that of Teddy VR, Vanos 2099, and Heist. There are a few attackers that have a higher power stat, so, right, even if we compare it with Kaguya, just got released, or although Kaguya is not fair, 7920, we have 7953, so these are other attackers, but hey, they don't have the Pierce mechanic, right? So we have this monster, again, right around the middle power stat. The life stat is actually 71,479. This is actually tied with that of her sister, right? They have, is it sister cousin? Of her cousin, they have the exact same life stat. This is the second lowest stat in the game. The only stat that is lower than 71,479 is Henrich and Kaguya, who have 69k for their life stat. So she's a squishy monster, very squishy. And then your speed stat, it's right around the middle, tied with Daigyao, Vanos 2099, Kaguya, Kodama, and Henrich. So stats-wise, I would say kind of mediocre, nothing too crazy in terms of stats. But again, let's click on the trait, and what is crazy about this monster is that Status Caster Pierce. So now Vanos 29 is not the only Pierce mechanic monster, we have another Pierce monster. So who knows, maybe now we'll actually see the demise of those Wormlad Grakon teams with a taunt monster, with the Armor Claw, with the Armor Claw, with a Brutalizer, with a Solar Flare. Maybe now we'll see the demise of those. So trait-wise, immune to freeze. I don't even know what monster really relies on freeze. Henrich, I think? Right? Immune to nightmares. I am super surprised to see this. We haven't seen a bad trait like this in a long time. Nightmares is not something to worry about. So really what you have for this monster is you get this monster rank 3 and you have the Pierce mechanic. That's the most interesting thing about this monster. You are super vulnerable to getting hit with control, getting hit with cooldown activation, unless the monster has a real cooldown skill. So trait-wise, a little disappointing with the exception of that Pierce. And again, stats, it's mediocre. It's right around the middle for everything. Alright, so if I name this monster's cousin Celebi, this is going to be Evil Celebi, right? Because she literally wants to rip out your teeth and not wait for it to fall off. So we're going to feed this monster all the way to 100. Remember, you can just click and hold to feed a monster. And if you want, on the top right-hand corner on the gears icon, there's an option to prevent skills from popping up. So you can literally click and hold all the way to level 100. It's super easy to do. So I would recommend you go ahead and do it already. So with that being said, here we're at level 100. Let's take a look at skills. Aquatic Fairy deals moderate water damage to an enemy. 0 cooldown, so spawnable water-based attack. In case you were to get hit with 0 cooldown, or with CDA, you have 0 cooldown you can utilize. You have Unwinged, a low water AoE, spammable, not a good skill. No More Chuckle, applies Winged Hater to herself, applies Stamina Regen to herself, requires cooldown. Alright, so we have a Winged Hater monster. So there's actually a lot of Winged Hater monsters you can actually destroy. Right, if we just look at Chapter 11 of the Winged Book, you have Vanos 2099, Thunder Kong, he doesn't really get used, Black Feather, Daigyao, and of course Chuckle Muckle. Now here's the thing, Chucklemuckle has Anticipation, so if you were to use that skill, Chucklemuckle would get a turn in, and Chucklemuckle could actually counter, because Chucklemuckle has a skill that makes it so you can only take damage from the fire elements. So there's a little countering going on there, but you do have the capacity to really decimate monsters like Chucklemuckle. As far as for Blackfeather, and for and for Daigal, well, they have revival relics, so even if you kill them, they come back to life. Vanoss, he definitely has to worry about this monster because, yeah, Vanoss, you may have Pierce, but you don't have Winged Hater and Pierce, so watch out, Vanoss 2099s, you're gonna get destroyed. Oh wait, you know what? I just assumed this was an extra turn skill. You actually don't get an extra turn. So, applies Winged Hater to yourself, apply Stamina Regen to herself. I mean, the only bad thing about this, oh, it pains me. The only bad thing about this is you have to somehow follow it up. You have to protect this monster from getting the Winged Hater removed. If you have Lindworm, you could obviously turn transfer, but again, then Chucklemuckle could go in and protect the team, assuming it's a Chucklemuckle versus this monster. But if they're not, I hate setup skills, right? When we look at Daigal, his Evil Legion Hater skill is good because it's an extra turn. This is like, hey, I have Winged Hater, please don't remove it, I'll use it next turn. So I'm iffy on this skill now. Obviously, you can deal so much damage against the winged monsters, but now I'm like, but now you have to protect it, right? And when you have monsters like Ignis and Tabora that the enemy is going to have because of the team race, they can probably cleanse it unless you have a Megatop monster. Oh my gosh, so we'll see. Toxic Harpoon. Does this monster have need? No, water. All water attacks. Okay. Toxic Harpoon deals moderate water damage to one enemy, applies drown, applies poison. So 2 dots and a moderate water-based attack. Alright, River's Course deals moderate water damage to all enemies, applies Stamina Regen to herself. This reminds me of, who does this? This reminds me of Hardy. Hardy has a skill that attacks everyone and does Stamina Regen. Deep Water removes positive effects from one enemy, deals heavy water damage, applies drown. I like this because of the removal, followed by the damage. Especially since you have Pierce, you can literally pierce through anyone and remove whatever positive effect they have, whether it be evasion, whether it be skill mirror, whatever, a shield. Deals moderate water damage to enemies, applies drowned. Ooh, that seems weak. Oh yeah, that's way better. Drowned versus Stamina Regen, I'd probably go with the Stamina Regen, although this monster can probably hold a cane. Strength of the Deep, applies Pierce to herself, applies damage boost. Oh my gosh. I'm actually not impressed with this monster. Looking through it all, everything, my opinion, would have changed if No More Chuckle was an extra turn, but yeah, it's a Pierce monster, but nothing too crazy. Maybe Wormlet and Grakon aren't gonna die. Yeah, so it looks like this era, this Season 3, we're getting a lot of attackers, and every attacker is doing something different, right? Undead Mr. Beast is the uncontrollable attacker. The multiplayer monster, Kaguya, is the ET Dark attacker. This is the Pierce attacker, but nothing too glamorous from what I can tell. Yeah, I'm personally not a fan of setup skills, and you have 2 setup skills. I guess if you were to get possessed, you can maybe Winged Hater yourself, or maybe you can Pierce. Pierce and damage boost versus Winged Hater. To be honest, there's not. When do you do Pierce? I mean, considering Shelly's getting released, Shelly can do a lot of armors. Maybe it would be good to run Pierce and be able to just pierce through and attack her directly, right? Not having to go through those 75% shields, the damage mirror. So Pierce might be a lot stronger moving forward. Like I said, taking down Vanoss, but that Winged Hater, you're going to have to transfer to Lindworm or something to make it work. Skill set wise, I would say, man, it's difficult. I would say, of course, you run your strong attack. You run your, Deep Water. Also, high stamina cost, 43. But again, I think this monster is going to have Lucane. You run your AoE skill, Breaking Wave versus Stamina Regen. I think probably Breaking Wave since you have access to Cane of Atlantis. So I would say probably that. Winged Hater versus Pierce Damage Boost. This is the kind of skill you really only swap when you know you're going to face a winged monster. Yeah, and then if you're running the Stamina Regen, you definitely don't need the River's Course. You know what? You could also do double AoE like players do with Vanoss. So maybe Breaking Wave, River's Course. It's just a matter of keeping this monster to not get denied. Keeping this monster's Pierce because it lasts for 3 turns. So that's something you can utilize. So you can do the double AoE and the single, Deep Water. And then that last and final attack. Let's see, what's the cooldown on this? 3. So if you want, you can run Toxic Harpoon to have another single target attack. Or you can have one of your self skills. Probably this, Strength of the Deep. Now, of course, if cooldown activation is an issue, you also have to bring a 0 cooldown skill, right? This is equivalent to Vanoss 2099. He runs, is it Bolt, Storm Bolt, or something like that. So you need a spammable skill on defense. So I would say if you were to put this monster on defense, considering Henrich, Kodama, Isai Miss even activating cooldowns, you do need a 0 cooldown skill that you can use. Let's talk Relics real quick. Yep. So Cane of Atlantis. So I also will say, if you have Pump Seed Staff, you actually could do stamina drain with this monster with your Pierce mechanic, right? With your Pierce mechanic and just any AoE skill, like Drown for example, that can serve as a way to remove enemy stamina. So Pump Seed Staff will activate, Breaking Wave will activate, Drown will apply, and then the enemy, of course, the Drown will take away stamina, 50% of stamina, so you could pull that off. I'll showcase that. And then the sword, if you have Laser Beam Sword, you can deal more damage. If not, this helps with survivability. Yeah, I don't know. Right now, I'm not that impressed with this season of the Cosmic Monsters. I can say that for sure. Let me go ahead and buy this. So I got to figure out how I'm going to rune the monsters because I don't have all of my level 10 runes intact. So I only have 4 to play with. So we'll see how I go around moving stuff around. Maybe I'll sell one of the other monsters and we'll go from there. Alright, now it is time to rank up the final monster, Evil Celebi. So, a quick thing, because I might have mentioned it in this video, because I know I mentioned it in the Chuckle video, because I just released a Chuckle video, and huge shout out to Commenter M9, I believe it was, who let me know, and I don't know, it just might have skipped my mind. Of course, Vanoss would still be able to pierce through Chuckle Muckle, so even if Chuckle Muckle was to do the Pyrophobic Shield, Vanoss would still pierce through it because Pierce bypasses any kind of defensive effect. So, the same with this monster. So if I mentioned it earlier, I apologize, but why do I keep doing that? It's because I'm talking. So let me go to rank up. So yes, the advantage, so the monsters do counter each other, right? If this monster was to go against Chuckle Muckle and Chuckle Muckle set up that Pyrophobic Shield, this monster wouldn't care. You have the Pierce mechanic. You would be able to attack, at least at rank 3, right? Or if you did the self skill. But again, overall, this is, I'm not a big fan of this monster. By the way, for those of you wondering how do you get this monster is actually available right now. So let me just fully level up and feed, and then we'll talk about how to get this monster. So in order to get this monster, what I would recommend you do is check out the link in the description below. There is a link to a Discord server called Monster Legend Guides, and they tell you exactly how to get this monster for as low as 122 gems, because there's a monster challenge right now. It is just about being optimal when you skip. You can check out a previous video I did, probably the Craster video. The Craster video will be very similar to this in terms of when do you skip. So there's an optimal time on when you should skip, on how much gold you've collected, feed your monsters you've collected, and all that. So that's a video for a different day. So let's just go back to reviewing this monster. Let's go to view, and let's go to mythics, and let's go ahead and where are you? Alright, Evil Celebi. I like that name more. So we're going to go with the Pump Seed Staff, and we're going to go with the Cane Sword for now. But of course, you can do Cane of Atlantis if you want to recover stamina. In terms of skill set, this is an attacker. I think I said I'm not a fan of No More Chuckle unless you can specifically combo. So again, Lindworm, Trench Transfer, we can maybe showcase that. Right now I'm running the Deep Water, which removes positive effects. So it's funny, this monster against a Vanoss, if you go first, you would be able to attack whoever you want. You'd attack Vanoss and get rid of Pierce. So maybe this monster plus Chuckle Muckle would work really well together, right? Get rid of the enemy Vanoss's Pierce by attacking. Let's see, we have the AoE Drowned, we have the Stamina. So I'm doing the double AoE on this monster. And then Strength of the Deep, just to reinstate the Pierce and damage boost. Because the Winged Hater, that's really more for a war scenario where you know the Winged Hater will come in handy. Toxic, Harpoon, Drown, Single Dot, and then AoE Spamble. So again, this is worth having if you don't have Megatons, if you can get hit with CDA. Bring Aquatic Fairy. You want to be able to make sure you can deny the enemy. Not deny the enemy. You want to be able you can attack if you get denied by the enemy. That's what I meant to say. So runes-wise, let's go. I think I don't have that much flexibility. Yeah, I only have 1 level 10 rune, so I think this monster, we're actually just going to give her level 9 runes. So I think that's fine. We can showcase her with level 9 runes. No need to go 10 on her. And so let's go level 9. Team speed or speed? We'll do speed. Alright, so typical attacker rune setup. Sorry, Evil Celebi, you're not worthy to me of the level 10 runes. So, we're going to swap him out, and we are going to put Evil Celebi. And you know what? We'll just do the same team we were doing with Kaguya. So 2 attackers. Let's see who delivers a better punch. So let's click fight. We're still going to main Shelly because amazing Megaton monster. And let's see what kind of opponents we're facing. Oh, well, perfect. Look, I mentioned maybe this monster will be the demise of this annoying dodge area taunt mechanic team. So yeah, I can just do this. I can just do this. Oh, why did I think this monster was nature? This monster's water. Duh, all the water-based attacks. So I think earlier I mentioned that Grakon being nature and her being nature. I think I just look at her face and she reminds me of a nature monster. Here we're going to go with the stamina. They have revival, right? Yeah, they do. At least Wormlad does. So River's Course, I mean, yeah, like I said, this is a 150 versus those non-150, so that's why she looks mighty powerful like that, but just the Pierce mechanic is what we're looking at. Let's see if we can do another battle. I might have to trophy climb again, because I dropped to Legendary 4. 150, 150, 150. Okay, perfect. So fight. None of these are Cosmics, though, so Protective Protocol, I love it. So he just did skill mirror shield, skill mirror shield, and skill mirror shield to the whole team. So I can do deep water, single target. I can do breaking wave for the drowned. I can do the stamina regen, strength of the deep. In this case, I'm just gonna go AoE, right? So I'm gonna do reverse course. And there we go. See, their shield is intact. I was able to damage their HP. They did not reflect anything. Sequence Bender back to me, and then Breaking Wave. And I'll go ahead and attack. And look at that. I eliminated 2 monsters without even getting at their shields. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Let me just recharge here. Got to make sure I don't kill Unspeakable on accident. And then Deep Water, and I would be able to eliminate them. I could reinstate my Pierce to damage boost if I wanted to. That's always an option. Here, let's exit out. I mean, it's just a straightforward Pierce monster. Nothing too flashy, nothing too crazy. Let's do another battle. Definitely need a Megaton. I mean, we've seen it all on defense, right? The main defense you always run into is some sort of Bomb Beta, Tabora, Bomb Beta Ignis, and then a Vanoss or some attacker. So it'll be the same mechanic here, except I'm doing Lindworm to turn transfer. So here I got hit with CDA, which is why I'm saying Aquatic Fairy, 0 cooldown skill, could be worth running if you are susceptible to getting denied with cooldown activation. So here, let's just play this battle through. Let's see how it goes. And let's see, lost my Lindworm. Do I get an attack in? Nope, I have 2 turn cooldown skills. So yeah, those 0 cooldowns, they are potentially useful, more so in a PvP, not so much in a PvP, but more so in a Team War situation where you know who you're battling and you know what exactly you need to counter. Alright, let's do a couple more battles. And let's see how it goes. 140, 140, 130. Yeah, so again, it's always this kind of setup. Alright, so Fast as a Shark attacked me. I don't have to attack his monster. Instead, I can go right for the Anticipation monster. Or in this case, I can AoE everyone, but let's go Deep Water. You know what? In this case, let's actually go ahead and just kill Miserus. I don't want him to resurrect. I don't want him to buff. I don't want him to do anything like that. Here, we'll do Age Overseer. That was more for fun, to be honest. We will go ahead and block 50% of incoming damage. Put into the Shark King. And then Shelly's just insane because I'm not afraid to get attacked anymore because I can take so much damage. Yeah, again, you have Megatons, but it doesn't matter. I can do Breaking Wave, and now I still attack Hardy. So that's the cool thing. I can turn transfer. You can attack me. Doesn't matter. Reverse course, finish you off. And yeah, I mean, again, straightforward Pierce monster. In terms of raw damage output, though, definitely not on par with the other attackers. But the main mechanic here is the fact that you have Pierce. Here, let's swap the skill set, and let's see what else we can give this monster. Let's say skills, change skills. Is there any situation? Let's try No More Chuckle. Maybe instead of both AoEs, you would actually do Toxic Harpoon. And yeah, keep the drowned. And again, Aquatic Fairy, worth running if, since CDA is still a main threat you could run into. Let's try this out. Let's click Fight. Maybe we'll do a defense battle, because that might be actually better. Alright, Siamese, Vanoss, and Heist. Okay, so here I can just absorb the Megatons. And then Pierce is going to bypass and maybe kill Lindworm. We'll see. Falling like flies, but I can resurrect. Alright, so I can do Deep Water. I can do Breaking. I can do Toxic Harpoon. So this is actually nice because the poison reduces damage output. So against the enemy attacker, you know that reduces damage output. No More Chuckle. So he is a winged monster. So check this out. No More Chuckle, Winged Hater. And specifically because I can churn transfer. Now I deal triple damage against Vanoss. Watch. Toxic Harpoon. Nice, right? And then, of course, I have the elemental advantage against Heist as well. So I can just do an AoE here and decimate Vanoss and attack. But really, set up like No More Chuckle, in my opinion, doesn't work out that well. Double Shell only here because I'm absorbing everything with Megaton and they can't really cleanse it. Well, she has a cleansing skill, but I don't think it's being ran or it's just not being used. It does have 1 turn cooldown, so that's nice, but not really needed. Here's Toxic Harpoon, and yeah, we'll do my defense log battles, and then I think that'll be it. So this monster's straightforward. I'm really not a big fan of it. I mean, it is a free-to-play Pierce monster, so that's nice, right? We got our free-to-play Chucklemuckle, Anticipation, and we got our free-to-play Pierce, so that makes up for not having Vanoss, although definitely not on the same level as Vanoss, I would say. Alright, let's go to defense, and let's see, 130s, 150, Left Hand of God. Oh, did you? Let's see. Can I win with this team? I probably can't win with this team. I'm probably going to need someone else. Here, you know what? Let's bring Undead Mr. Beast. No, let's bring Kaguya. Ooh, okay, double attackers. Alright, and let's get a revenge on Left Hand of God. Let's do this. So it depends on what he has, if they can cleanse. Oh, Shelly! Shelly, double Megaton, 1 attacker. Alright, so, Strike of the Iron Way. Ouch, that was powerful. That was really powerful. And then charge against me. Here I am going to go ahead and just do the Dark Weakness, so it actually comes in handy here. Shelly, take the Dark Weakness. Alright, and then I'm going to Deep Water and remove the... Actually, I'm going to do Toxic and Poison Hardy. Awesome. Fortified Tower, that's fine. I'm going to do the Damage Mirror, the Megaton. Actually, I might die with this next attack. Yeah, we'll see what happens here. No, because the 100% shield is enough. Perfect. Then Shelly's absorbing everything. Ha! Alright, so then I can do Dojigiri, and it doesn't even matter. Daedalus is... Elemental Advantage is nice. So bye-bye, Daedalus. And then Shelly will come next. Next I can do Deep Water. So just bypassing Megaton, attacking the main monster I need to attack. So Deep Water, there we go. And then you thought your Hardy would be strong enough. So then here I can just block 50% of incoming damage. Here you no longer have the weakness, but here, let me give myself a little damage boost. Let's make you weak to dark attacks again. Let's see, Toxic Harpoon, no more Chuckle. Let's just go Toxic Harpoon. Now you're poisoned, now you're drowning. Did that, and then Dojigiri, so he cleansed it away. Well, let's damage you a little bit with that. And then let's make you weak to dark attacks again. Oh, my Shelly's absorbing everything. We'll recharge. Here I can do Breaking. Yeah, so Drown. So now I lost the Pierce, so I don't have Pierce anymore. But by this point, I don't need it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and kill Shelly. Bye-bye, Shelly. Shelly comes back, Deep Rebirth, and no need to continue this battle. That was fun. That was cool. That was really fun. Although I don't know. Yeah, I guess the Pierce in that did come in handy because I was able to kill Hardy, and I didn't have to worry about him doing his doing his anticipation. This one might also be a good revenge battle, so let's do this one real quick. And cool. So the annoying dodge area mechanic. So I'll just recharge with this monster, and I'll do my AoE, decimate both of them in a single attack. They come back. I also have the elemental advantage against solar flare, so that's that's nice. Let's go ahead and do positive effects protection. All right, armored form, chance of the swamp. Ha! Still have megatons. Despicable. Okay, now it's gone, but now I can attack whoever I need to. Let's go damage boost. Let's go single target. There we go. Jakugan sword kicks in. We'll do my AoE skill. My single target would have been actually stronger. I don't have stamina, so Cane of Atlantis. Oh, yeah, I'm not even doing Cane of Atlantis. I'm doing Pump Seed Staff. So I didn't even demonstrate that. So let me go ahead and do that again. So yeah, this one would have been straightforward. But the advantage of running Pump Seed Staff, although it's maybe not even an advantage, most of the time you want to do Cane of Atlantis, so you always have stamina. But the advantage of having a Pump Seed Staff is that you could just stamina drain, right? You could do your AoE, drowned, and check it out. The Pump Seed Staff kicks in, they're down to 107, then drowned kicks in, and then they lose some more stamina, but most monsters are going to have enough stamina to attack. See, I've been continuously attacked. Let's do that damage protection. And so that is something you can do, but most of the time you want to go with something else. You want to go with the Cane of Atlantis. Here, let's just attack for fun. Boom. And we'll call it a day. So, yeah, guys, straightforward monster. It's just a Pierce attacker. I'm not too interested in it, especially because to really use it, you're going to have to get this monster to rank 3. And then, of course, you need to protect the monster because trait-wise, you're susceptible to everything. So be careful. If you are in a situation where you're facing like a Black Feather, for example, run both of your self skills in case you do get possessed, right? But then Black Feather can also, I think, activate cooldown, so you're not fully protected. So yeah, run Aquatic Fairy, run your single ally skills. But this is the kind of monster that you really just fit for the situation. But Megaton, this monster in some sort of support, maybe an Ignis, maybe a Tabora, maybe someone to buff, that could always also work out as well. Or Megaton double attacker like I did here. There's a lot of different combos you can pull off. Most of the time you want to do Cane of Atlantis. But anyways, guys, with that being said, that is going to be my analysis for Evil Celebi. That's what I'm dubbing her. So let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments below. Any and all thoughts? Is there a different way to use this monster? Anything you guys have to say about this monster, let me know in the comments below. Thank you very much, and remember to subscribe.